Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Ashley and this is House of Johnsons, where I tell you the things going on in this crazy house full of Johnsons. In more ways than one. But we're not going to go into that. What we are going to go into is an update. I wanted to give you guys an update video because I haven't updated you in quite some time. I can't even remember the last time I filmed. I'll have to look it up and see when the last time I posted a video. It's been a stroke, like a hot minute. I've had several of you ask me and comment on my other channel and ask me if I'm going to do a house tour. I don't know. I don't feel this way when I watch other people's house tours. Sometimes I do, let's be honest. But not everybody's house tour, especially if they're just moving in and all of that. I don't feel this way, but I feel like it's kind of like I would feel like it was so bougie of me to like do a house tour. Here's my home. Like, I don't know. It just feels funny. If you guys think that's interesting, then definitely comment down below and tell me. You guys are going to see the house in bits and snippets and all of those things when I'm walking around, when I'm doing clean with me's and all of that anyways. But if you want a full house tour, then just comment down below and let me know. The house is not in any way finished or where we want it or any of those things. You have to understand we were moving from a 1,500, well, not 1,500, almost 1,600 square foot house to an almost 3,000 square foot home. And so it's like almost twice the size. And so therefore there's tons of empty spaces. There's empty spaces for a wall art that we have to figure out what we want to put up. We got rid of a bunch of our stuff for the walls. We got rid of a bunch of our furniture. And that was getting rid of it from the smaller home to the bigger home. And so now we are collecting and getting and piecing things together and buying things and making purchases and doing all of those things, planning it all out. So it's going to be a while before it's where I want it. But I can totally show you like a before and after and kind of do some makeovers in some rooms and let you see. I probably should have done that in this crafting space. I pretty much have all the furniture I want in here, but there are some things I want done differently. So I guess I could do a before and after of those rooms too. But yeah, it's like a work in progress. It's going to take us a hot minute to get it where we want it. Honestly, it'll take a hot minute. And if we only live here a year, it'll probably be done right when we're ready to move. I mean, come on. That's the way it's going to be. But we're trying to buy pieces that we will want for a long, long period of time so we can take it with us when we build. So that is our goal. So anyways, I am so glad that you are still here, that you are putting up with me for this long to come back to this channel and watch my crazy self. I have lots to update you on. I've had a lot of you ask about me on other social media platforms and my other channel, which is where most of you are from anyways. So I've kept up with you guys on there. But things just got really crazy. It got really negative, like in a totally negative headspace, to where I didn't feel like I could bring any positivity to the table. And that's not really why I want to do this. I don't want this to ever be like a complaining, venting place. I mean, it can be sometimes, and that can be helpful to other people. It can be helpful for me. You guys are a great support. A lot of you ladies are so freaking precious to me. You have no idea. And so I do think that that has its place. However, there's like mascara, like a glob or something. I don't even know like what's going on right now. But however, I didn't want it to be just like a vent, let me be negative and blast negative things all over the internet kind of thing. And that's what I was feeling. So I didn't feel like my head or my heart was in the right place to vlog or get on here and talk to you guys, especially not face to face. Like if I'm planning or something like that, at least I'm doing a video where I'm just planning out my week. But, you know, and I even talked about it a little bit on there, but I feel like it was just in a toxic place and I didn't want it to be that way on this channel. So that's why I've had a kind of a hiatus, but we are in our home now. We are settled in and we are working towards doing all the things. So I can't remember my last update, what I updated you on. I know I told you a little bit of the story, so I'm just going to go through it super quickly and kind of update you on all the things. I'm going to try super quickly. I'm not a super quick talker, so we'll see. So November of last year, our landlords told us that they were thinking, kind of sort of batting around the idea of selling the house because of the market being where it's at, especially around here, like houses that go for, well, everywhere it's like that, you know, no matter where you live, the market is booming right now. But here, houses are fairly cheap anyway, but you're getting double what you would have gotten, and maybe even more. Most of the time more. Well, yeah, a lot more. So anyways, triple, whatever the case may be, you're getting a whole heck of a lot more than you paid for it, right? So they were talking about batting the idea, but they said, but don't worry about it. We've batted this idea around a bunch of different times and we haven't done it. We may never do it. It may just be a pipe dream. It may never happen, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. I'll keep you updated. So that's what we heard. May never happen. Don't worry about it. I'll keep you updated. Well, when that was told to me, I thought we have to find another place to live. Because even if you're batting around the idea, it's kind of like when you go to the doctor and they just don't want to alarm you, so they tell you the smallest details or the best case scenario, and then like later on you find out that they really had an inkling or an indication all along that this is what it was. They just didn't want to give you the bad news first until they knew for sure, and blah, 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 blah. That's kind of how I felt it was, and I was correct. That's what we both talked about, and we were right. That's kind of what was going on. So, that was in November when we paid rent. Well, December rolled around and nothing was said. January rolled around and nothing was said. We hadn't been updated, blah, blah, blah. And I know I've told this story before, so if I'm repeating, I'm so sorry. Then February, I was like, babe, you need to go ahead and mention that we will be able to move end of April, early May, because if he just springs it on us, at least he'll get the idea that, hello, they are thinking of moving, but this is when they'll be able to move. So maybe we need to put it on the market this time, and it'll give them an indication where we're at, and then they can check where they're at, and maybe we can come together and compromise and all of that. So that's what he did. And when he paid rent in February, we actually paid rent on the 15th. I know it's weird, but that's just the way it worked out. He went and paid rent, talked to them about it, and they were like, yeah, we've batted around the idea we could possibly sell it. I think we could. I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm not going to say their name, even though you don't know their last name, but still. I'm going to talk to my wife, and if that's what we decide, I'll let you know. But it should be around late spring before we put it on the market. And we were like, well, that's perfect, because late April, early May is when we'll be ready to move. We'll be totally ready then. Okay? This is late April that we're in right now, friends. And this is not even the last week of April that I am filming this right now. Hopefully I'll get this up quickly in a timely manner. But this is kind of 2 weeks out. So we're in the middle of April. We're in the middle of April right now, and we've lived here for 2 weeks. So we moved in the beginning of April, and the 1st of April is when we moved in. So you can kind of understand that that's not what we said or where we were at. So right after he did that, he texted my husband late that night. It was probably the same night he paid rent. He texted him and said, hey, we did decide to sell. A realtor will be calling you tomorrow. Wait, what? A realtor will be calling you tomorrow. I know I'm like reiterating all of these things, right? Totally blew us up, like, holy moly. Like, you've said nothing about this, and I've been working on a junk journal, so I'm all inky. You said nothing about this. We brought it up to you, and now you're telling us it's happening, like, now. Okay, cool. Blew up in our faces. And so you have to understand, my husband is an independent contractor who works for United Van Lines. He works for a relocation company under United Van Lines. Therefore, the winter time is the absolute slow of the slow seasons, and this is our first winter that he has been with this company. Therefore, we started at the very tail end of the good season and the getting on into the fall and winter months, which are when it slows down. So we have not had time to prepare during the feast for the famine, and we are just coasting along in our happy, merry little life. We don't have the kind of money it takes to move, especially in this market, because when the housing market is crazy, the rental market is crazy. We don't want to build a house while we're in this market. We want to build when, it starts to balance out. Therefore, we're waiting about a year or two. So, with all of that being said, we were blown away, and we were in Stress City from February the 15th until April the 1st. And it was a hell. We were in hell for a month and a half. It was absolutely atrocious. In the beginning, I tried to explain to them, I homeschool. I do work from home. I homeschool. We do everything from home. We're always home. in that time period, Joshua's transmission blew up in his car, so it's not drivable at all. He can't drive it. It's going to cost over $2,000 to fix it because it's the full transmission, the full kit, the clutch, all the things with the transmission. $2,000, over $2,000 to fix it. Okay, well, we can't pay the $2,000 to fix it because now we have to move. So that means we're only down to one car. Okay, well, his work truck blew up. It didn't blow up. It blew ahead, and so it was going to cost $3,800 to fix that. Okay, cool. Yeah, because, and that's pulled out of his paycheck. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's going to work out great. So, yeah, fun times. Yeah, we can for sure move in 2 seconds or less. Okay, so I explained to them that we only have one vehicle. There is no choice. This is the flow season. It's going to take us a little time to get out of your hair. We really wish that you would put it on the market after we have time to kind of get out of here. So it's easier on everyone. No, they didn't want to do that. Okay, well, we'll just do the best we can. I told them up front. I told them from the very get-go. Okay, the realtor came. She came. Where did she come? She came with the guy that was coming to measure the house and see how much, square footage it was, do all the measuring. Okay, well, the moment she stopped foot in there, I told her, we're not going to be able to do viewings and open houses and all of these things where you just want us to leave. We can't leave. Like, we don't have a way to leave. We don't have an option to leave. We don't have a place to go. We don't have family members with big enough vehicles to fit all of us because I have 1,000 children, especially when I have my stepson. That makes 5. That makes 6 of us, counting me, and there are not enough vehicles. My family doesn't have this many people in their family, so they have smaller vehicles, which means there's nobody that can pick us up. I don't have my vehicle during the day. My husband has it, and he has to work, obviously, so that we can make money to get the heck up out of here because you want us to. And so it was just this big cluster of mess. And she told me she totally understood. We would work it out. We would do showings longer periods of time on Saturdays only, maybe every now and then on Sundays, and that would be it. That's what she told me. I was like, okay, well, we can work with that. It'll suck, but we can work with that. We can figure it out and do that. Okay. Well, lo and behold, as things started progressing, she lied. I mean, basically that's all there is to it. She unintentionally opened her mouth. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Unintentionally opened her mouth and made all these promises that she could not back up after she examined them further. And then, she had told us all these things that she couldn't take back. Or she just plain out lied because she was trying to appease us for the time being and then just say, you got to do it. Get out. I don't know which one, but it came to the point where she called and she said, I need you to be gone this day, this day, this day, and this day in a row. All of these days for these hours and these hours and these hours. And I was like, no, we can't. Like, I literally can't make that happen. Like, we cannot do that. I can't. I don't know what to tell you. We can't. So she proceeded to talk about how I could take my kids into the cul-de-sac and sit out in the road, basically, until they were done. And then she told me that she could take us and drop us off at a park for hours. And I mean from like 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that we could just sit at the park all day. Then she, all of these different things were said. No. So it was like we were basically homeless. And, it was just all of these things were like insane. How can you be doing this to us? Like, what the heck? We've lived here for 5 years. We had a good relationship with you guys. What is going on? So there was all this bitterness, all this problems. It was really, really bad. It felt like we had no home. It felt like we were a problem for every single person. It felt like we were just in the way. It was a horrible, horrible feeling. I was trying so hard to be compliant. I was trying so hard to be cooperative and compassionate to these people. This is what's good for their family. We understand that. We're trying to move out as fast as we can. But you've literally given us not even 24 hours notice that you're selling the house and now all these things are happening. And so they didn't expect us to move out right away, but they expected us to get out so that they could show the house and do all of these things. And the photographer's coming. She needs you to be out of here. And this needs to be happening. And you can't have toys out. And you can't have this out. You need to pack up all their stuff. And you need to get it out of the way because this isn't. It was absolutely horrible. It's hard to sell a home when you live in it. But when it's not your home that you're trying to sell and someone's selling it out from under you, it's even worse. And it was absolutely horrific. It was awful. It was atrocious. It was terrible. And lo and behold, my parents were actually selling their house as well. So we went to their house while our house was being shown, and they had showings of their house that day. So then we had to leave their house and then go to someone else's house. Like, it was awful. We felt like we had nowhere to go. We were inconveniencing everyone. It was absolutely awful. It was just awful. There's no other way to say it. It was absolutely horrible. And I have been so stressed. My husband has been so stressed, coming up with our normal bills that we pay every single month, whatever. In the slow months, whatever, that's fine, no problem. But then coming up with $5,000 extra dollars to move on a whim, just when you had no clue, and coming up with that in a matter of a few weeks, in addition to everything else that you already have to pay, in addition to truck repair bills and trying to get all of these things going on, it was bad. It was really, really bad. And in the middle of all that, Jensen had ear surgery, which wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it's a simple surgery, I understand, but he was sick constantly with ear infection leading up to that. It was awful. It was just awful. So now, let me turn that around and tell you the good news, okay? Good news, we looked at about 20 houses. We physically went to a lot of those houses, had someone show us a lot of those houses. And because my husband is self-employed, and because he has not been self-employed with this company for a lengthy amount of time, it's not quite a year yet, they wouldn't rent to us, and that sucks. And so, we were just getting told no 50,000 times. And my husband remembered this guy that he moved out. It was a government contract. He got moved to Germany, and he remembered this house. Like, I think he was going to rent out his house. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. And I think he said around this price range, and we were like, okay. And so he was like, and it's a really pretty house. I really loved the house. And we were like, okay. And so he calls the guy up in Germany, which the time difference was a little bit hard to deal with, but he calls him up. He gets in touch with him. And the guy's like, yeah, it hasn't been listed yet. I don't think it's even been listed yet, blah, 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 blah. It's through this property management company. So we called the property management company. They had not listed the house. They had not even taken pictures of the house. And we said, yes, please. So we paid them the deposit that next week, and then we paid first month's rent the next week, and then we were like, heck yeah, we're doing this. We're moving in. It was a miracle of God, first of all, that we found the house. Second of all, that it hadn't been listed, because everything was getting snatched up left and right. Third of all, that it's a beautiful house, perfect size, amazing. I get my own craft room, and it's just really lovely for us to be able to breathe and move around. And it's just been such a blessing. And hold on a moment. And I don't even know what I was saying because I got interrupted. Mama. He's in his walker right outside the door. He's been chasing them around playing, and he's right outside the door saying mama over and over. But just so many blessings. And he actually, could have asked a whole lot more for this house. People are just, the prices that they are charging is absolutely insane. But he was actually, he was listing this house for more. And Joshua told him what he thought he said, and he actually took the price down because he liked Joshua so much. So that is favor of the Lord. And that was God taking a bad situation and working it for our good, because he does that. Romans 8:28, right? And so that's where we're at right now. I have gotten all the boxes unpacked. I think I have like 2 boxes left that are in Jensen's room. Jensen's room has not been set up yet. Lord bless. Hopefully Joshua will get all of that put together, his bed and everything put together on Sunday of this week. and so we can get it done because it's not set up. And I'm trying to work on transitioning him into his own room, and so I'm gonna need him to have a room to transition into. So I need Joshua to put his bed together, but he just has not had time, you guys. So we moved in, and Joshua has not stopped. He moved in. He took the 2 days to move in. We moved in Saturday, moved the rest of our stuff on Sunday, and cleaned the whole house, the other house on Sunday, cleaned the property, cleaned the stuff, got rid of the stuff, like all of the things that it took to do. And, painted the baseboards and painted the trim and painted the touched up holes and patched holes that we took from, the TV mounts and stuff like that, taking it down. We patched up the holes and we painted it, and we did all of that stuff. And then he met with them and did a walkthrough of the house and everything on Sunday, and he has not stopped since. He has been working today. He had to be on site at 6:30, which means he left here at 6, and he has been working from 6 o'clock. He got home at, what time did he get home? 4:30, and then he took a shower and then left again to work and be at another job at 6:30. And so he'll be working at 6 from 6:30. He'll probably be done at about, I'm hoping he'll be done around 9. And so he's been working nonstop because it's the season, right? It's opening up. So he will be busy this way. This is how he will be busy. They're working on him to get another crew. So he'll be having 2 crews out, and that will help him a lot. It'll help his workload a lot, but right now he is just like, give me everything you have, right? Because this is where get while the getting's good, and then you save during the feast for the famine, and that is what we are doing. But that just means heavy workloads for him for a while. So that's what's been going on with us. We did find a new church that we absolutely adore and love. We started going there in January, at the end of January. It was actually when we lost the baby. We lost the baby on a Thursday, and our first Sunday was that Sunday. And it was very healing. It was very healing for me for nobody to know, and for nobody to know me, and to just go in and be ministered to for a little while. And we have since just became members of the church 2 weeks ago, the weekend before Easter Sunday. And then we have signed up to be volunteers. I signed up for kids ministry, and I also signed up as an interest of worship, but that hasn't come about yet, so I don't know. And yeah, it's just we love it. The kids love it. It's just really, really, really nice. And there's some really great people there as well. And so it is right down the road from our house. It's probably about 10-15 minutes away instead of an hour. So that's really nice. And yeah, we live in a different city than we lived before. So we actually, like, my parents live where their church is and everything is, and where Jaron lives as well, is this city. Where we lived is over here, and now we live right smack dab in the middle in another city that's an in-between city of those two. And we love it. We have lived here before. And we love it. It's nice. It's a lovely neighborhood. It's really nice. Me and the kids have went walking all around the neighborhood. It's really, really nice. Everybody's out walking their dogs. They have like a sidewalk for walkers and stuff, so you don't have to walk on the side of the road. You have like an actual sidewalk that goes across everybody's driveway. Like, you just have this little sidewalk, and you're supposed to keep it clear and not park there, which people do park there anyway, but not many. And it's just nice. It's quiet. It's like too quiet. Me and Joshua, when we first moved in and it was so silent, we were like, oh my goodness, do we belong here? Like, are they ready for us? Because this is really quiet. Like, it was so quiet. It is so quiet. And there's some like big houses here. So I'm like, where are all their kids at? Are they just silent kids? Do they just watch their tablet? Do they not have a mouth? Like, what's happening? I don't know. Did they train their kids to be silent? I don't know. Our kids are not like that. They're going to hate us. But no problem so far. It's been absolutely great. So that is what has been going on with us. I am getting in my routine. I'm setting up my craft room. As you can see, it's being set up everywhere. I'm doing my thing, and I'm just starting to work on a new junk journal, which is making me super happy. I have like my planning desk over there, and then I have this junk journal desk right here. So I got 2 workspaces. It's just amazing. I have space to grow in, which I've never had before. It's just really nice. And so all of the crap that we went through had a happy ending, and we are still working through onto that happy ending. We are still working on it and working on getting settled in and breathing, because we feel like we've been holding our breath for so long. Sometimes it's hard to like take that first breath, but we are working on it. So that is what's going on. I do want to do some new things for this channel. I want to do some clean with me's. I want to do, if you guys want to see the house, I'll show you the house. It's not like that. It's just, I don't know that will be interesting for you guys. I don't know. But I want to vlog some more. I definitely want to get back into some devotional things and some clean with me's and things like that. I want to share as much as possible, but getting on a regular schedule with 3 channels is really, really rough for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard. I like that because these are all the things that I want to give, and I feel like you can't put them all on one channel. YouTube kind of restricts you that way. It kind of stifles you if you do that. It wants you to be like a niche channel. It wants you to have a category for it to place you into. Do you fit the shape that I'm trying to put you into? That's kind of what it does. And anything else just kind of goes against the algorithm, and that it doesn't work very well. So I want to have the 3 channels, and I want to give so much. But as you can hear, you guys, my house is freaking never quiet, and so it's just finding that quiet time to film and to homeschool and to do junk journaling and to do all the things that I want to do, because I'm a crazy lady and I can't sit still. So that's my plan. That's what's going on with us. The kids love it here, and I love it here, and hopefully my creativity will love it here, and I'll make lots of beautiful things, and I'll show you on another channel. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you for asking about me. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I love each and every one of you and appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Bye, guys.